Welcome students to High School English. I am Dr. Tripti Verma from AD Government Girls Inter College, Gorakhpur. Today we are going to take up the second poem prescribed in our syllabus, The Psalm of Life. Students, before going on to the poem, let us see what the purpose of poetry is. To recite the poem with proper pronunciation. When we read a poetry, when we pronounce its word, all the words are to be pronounced correctly. We cannot pronounce them uniformly. To familiarize students with the proper rhyme, stress and intonation. Certain words in the poetry are to be rhymed, certain are given stress. To develop the skill of imagination. The poet, when he composes the poet, he takes us to the world of imagination. We as a student, when we read the poetry, we are also carried to that imaginative world. We develop our imaginative skills to enjoy the aesthetic sense of the poem. Each poem has its own beauty. So when we read the poem, we also flow in that beauty of the poem. Now let's take a look as to what is the objective of this poem, The Psalm of Life. To make the students familiar with the poem and its meaning. Students, when we go on reading the poem once, twice, thrice, the meaning of the poem becomes clear to us, and we also become familiar with the poem. The students will be able to appreciate and recognize the importance of human life. The poet has considered human life very valuable, very important. So we will also start recognizing, start giving importance to our human life. To enable the students to recite the poem with correct rhyme and rhythm. The students will be able to live their lives to the fullest every single day and every single moment. Once we give importance to our life, we automatically start living each and every moment of our life to the fullest. We start enjoying our life and appreciate it too. Now students, we have just now seen the purpose of poetry and the objectives of the poem. Now let us take a look to the poet who has composed this poem. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was the most popular American poet in the 19th century. This poem, the poet of this poem is Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. He was a famous poet of the 19th century. He was born on 27 February 1807 in United States. Some of his works are Paul Revere's Ride, The Song of Hiawatha, Footsteps of the Angels, and students, the Psalm of Life, which is prescribed in our syllabus, we will take up in just a few minutes. He died on 24th March 1882 in United States. Now students, in the previous class, we have studied The Fountain, the first poem of our syllabus, whose poet is James Russell Lowell. In this poem, the poet is inspired by the fountain and he wishes his life to be like the fountain, changeful, constant, fresh, and always moving ahead. The fountain is unmoved by the changing season and the different hours of the time, different hours of the day. And similarly, the poet also warns that he is not influenced, he should not be influenced by the ups and downs of his lives. He wants his life to be fresh as the fountain, whatever the time be. The poem, The Psalm of Life, is an inspirational poem written by American poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. A psalm is a religious or sacred hymn or song. This religious hymn is usually sung in the Christian and Jewish worship. But here the meaning of the Psalm of Life is a song of life, where the poet glorifies life and its possibilities, telling that life is precious. Here the poet has described life, saying that life is very precious, very valuable. It should not be spent idly. The poet believes soul to be immortal. Poet says that our body dies, but our soul does not die. He urges the youths to serve as an inspiration to others. He says that we can do our duty only. We have no control over the result. The poet says that we can do our duty only. We have no control over the result. Students, in our great epic Mahabharata, when the Pandavas and the Kauravas are facing each other in the Kurukshetra battlefield, Arjun refuses to fight the battle. At this point, Lord Krishna tells Arjun that he can do only his duty. The result is not in his hands. Here also the poet wants us to do our duty without giving a thought to the result. He asks people to face the ups and downs of life like a warrior when he says, in the world's broad field of battle. The poet here has compared the world to a battlefield. William Shakespeare, students, is another famous poet and dramatist who, in his play As You Like It, has compared the world to a stage and all men and women merely players, merely actors who come and go and play their part. According to him, a man in his life plays 7 parts. The part of infant, schoolboy, lover, soldier, justice, old man, and last is second childishness. On the whole, the poem is very educative and informative. When we see the poem, the Psalm of Life, on the whole, we find this poem to be very educative and it provides a lot of information also. Now students, let's move on to the poem, the Psalm of Life, a Song of Life by poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Let's see what the poet wants to tell us in this first stanza. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Thus thou art to thus returnest is not spoken of the soul. Some of the difficult words, students, are earnest, which means real, grave is burial pit, and thou is you. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. The poet says that our life is real and sincere. It is serious too. So, its goal cannot be to reach the burial pit. Its goal is not simply to be born and to die. Thus thou art to thus returnest is not spoken of the soul. Our body, students, is made of dust, and as we are made of dust, the body will get decomposed in the dust itself. It will get mixed up in the dust. But the poet says that it is not spoken of the soul. The soul, which is immortal, it cannot get decomposed in the dust. So in this stanza, students, the poet says that our life is serious, our life is real, and the death should not be its goal. Our body dies, but not our soul. Our soul is immortal. Now let's move on to the second stanza and see what the poet says. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way, but to act that each tomorrow finds us farther than today. The difficult words, students, are destined, which means fate, act is route, farther to go ahead, to move forward. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way. Merely enjoying our life or feeling the sorrows of our life, experiencing the sorrows of our life, these are not the goal of our life. But to act that each tomorrow finds us farther than today. Apart from experiencing the happiness and the sorrows of life, which should not be our goal should be to move ahead what we are today. Tomorrow, the coming tomorrow, we should make ourselves more and more successful, more and more capable, rather than living up to experiencing the sorrows and happiness of life. In this stanza, students, the poet says that enjoyment and sorrow, this is not the goal of our life. Our goal should be where we stand today. Tomorrow we should move ahead. We should be a better person. In this third stanza, students, let's see what the poet wants to say. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb-driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. The difficult words are broad, which means large, bivouac, temporary shelter, cattle is animals, and strife, struggle. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow has compared this world to a battlefield where we are sent to live in this temporary camp for a short period. The time is not fixed. Be not like dumb-driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. So in this battlefield, when we are sent for a short period of time, the poet says, why to waste time? Rather, we should live in this battlefield, in this world, like a hero and provide inspiration to others. We should not behave like the dumb-driven cattle. You must have seen, students, the herds of cattle, where the leader goes, everyone follows, without giving any consideration. But God has provided us with the brains, the intelligence. So the poet wants us to use that brains, that intelligence, and want us to present ourselves as a hero so that others can get inspired through our life. In this stanza, students, the poet has compared the world to a battlefield, and he wants us to be the hero of this battlefield, to serve as an inspiration for others. Moving on, students, let us see what the poet wants to say. Let us then be up and doing with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. Difficult words. Fate means destiny, pursuing, to follow, labor, hard work. Let us then be up and doing with a heart for any fate. The poet then says, he motivates, he urges us to let us get up and work for our betterment without giving a thought that what will be its result. Still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. He wants us to achieve higher and higher. He wants us to pursue our goal, our dream. He says to learn to labor and to wait. As told earlier, the duty is that what we can do, what we can perform. The result is not in our hands. We cannot mold the result according to our wish. In the stanza, students, the poet says he motivates us to get up, to start moving towards our goal, to start achieving our goal, to start pursuing our goal, without giving a second thought as to what the result will be. Because we can perform our duty only, we cannot mold the result. We cannot get the desired result according to our wish. In the stanza, students, the poet wants us to fight. Fight for our betterment, fight for our dreams, to follow our dreams, to pursue our dreams. So students, just now we have seen the poem and we have understood what the poet wants to say to us. Now, just with the help of these evaluative questions, let us see as to how far we have understood the poem. What is not the goal of life? Grave is not the goal of life. What advice does the poet give to the young men? The poet advises the young men to work each day to reach the goal. What has the world been compared to? It has been compared to battlefield. How must we act in this world? We must act like a soldier. What lesson does the last stanza give? It teaches us to work and wait for the result. What is the poet's message? The poet's message is to live each and every moment of life fullest. So students, in this poem, the Psalm of Life, the poet wants us to live our life to the fullest, like a hero, like a warrior. He has compared the world to a battlefield and where we are sent for a short period. So in this short period, he wants us to give maximum to the mankind. Thus, after studying the poem, we find that it is very inspiring and motivating. This poem is very inspiring and it motivates us. Every line of the poem conveys the message very clearly that life is priceless. Our life as a human being is precious, is very important. We should not spend it sitting idly. Rather, we have to try to achieve, gain maximum out of this short life. Students, our life on this earth, our life on this battlefield has no fixed period. So, in this short period, we should try to achieve maximum. We should try to gain maximum out of this short life. The poet also wants the same from us. Moving on forward, students, let's see what type of questions are asked in this from the poetry section. Give the central idea of the poem or write 4 lines of any poem. Students, in this poetry section, you are asked to give the central idea of the poem, or you are required to write any 4 lines of the poem. But when you write the 4 lines of the poem, the stanza given in your question paper, you are not to write that stanza. Leaving that, you can write any other 4 lines from the prescribed syllabus. Comprehension-based question. And the next is comprehension-based questions, where a stanza will be given and you will be required to answer the question. The questions will be based on the stanza, and the answer you have to look for them in the stanza itself. Here's an example. Let us then be up and doing, with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. Based on this stanza, here are some of the questions. What we should learn to labor? We should learn to work hard and wait patiently for the result. Here is the answer. What are the rhyming words in the stanza? The rhyming words are doing and pursuing, and fate and wait. Rhyming words, students, are those words which sound similarly. Name the poem from which the above stanza has been taken. The name of the poem is The Psalm of Life. So while reading the poem, while memorizing its meaning, it is required that you learn the name of the poem as well as the name of the poet also. Now moving on to the rhyming words, let me make it little clearer. When we go on to the first stanza and see what are the rhyming words in this stanza. The rhyming words in this stanza are earnest and returnist, goal and soul. Earnest and returnist, they have a similar sound, and goal and soul, they also have similar sound. In the second stanza, students, when we come, here the rhyming words are sorrow, tomorrow, and way, today. Sorrow and tomorrow rhyme with each other, and way and today, they rhyme with each other. Moving to the third stanza, let's see what are the rhyming words in this stanza. The rhyming words are battle and cattle, life and strife. Battle and cattle rhymed together, and life and strife, they rhyme together. These are the rhyming words. In the fourth stanza, students, let's see what are the rhyming words. In the fourth stanza, as we have seen in the example also, the rhyming words were doing and pursuing, fate and wait. These were the rhyming words. Hope the poem The Psalm of Life is clear to you. In this poem, the poet has tried us to motivate, he has tried to inspire us to lead a life with a meaning. We will meet in the next class with another poem, The Village Song, whose poetess is Sarojini Naidu. In this poem, the poetess has tried to picture nature. She has tried to paint the nature and also has presented the viewpoints of the two generations. Until then, students, it is advisable for you to read the poem The Psalm of Life again and again so that its meaning becomes clearer and clearer. Till then, stay safe, stay fit. Thank you.